UI, NIHOT, NIFOR, Barapoli. I wrote them down. And then I asked myself, these locations, UCH, and I asked myself, all these locations attract money every month. How do you get yourself into their pockets and bring out their money? Those are the basis of business, sincerely. If you have a colleague, a neighbor, somebody on your street, somebody in your area that you have access to, and the person has money, don't think about duping them. Look for what they need that you can give them that will bring out the money from their pockets. So how did I start? Without having anything, nothing, I went to UCH. I took my time to study UCH, and I discovered their problems. Their problems included accommodation, cooperation, intelligence. You cannot believe it. As many professors as they have intelligence issues. Because there were people that refused to coordinate. And when intelligent people refuse to coordinate, mostly they do dumb things. I went to UI, I saw the same thing. I saw them all around. So the next question was that, out of all these institutions, which of them do you have an access to go in? So I started looking. Well, I'm sorry to say, I started praying. Well, anybody can pray anyhow. You can also pray in the middle of the night to whichever God. But if prayer did a lot, I must give it to God because He was there for me. So in the place of prayer, I met a friend. That's another thing about the love that they have taught you in the past. Let me tell you the truth. If you want to see Tinubu today, you are probably one or two people to him, but you don't know. That's why networking, relationships are very key. Isaac spoke about relationship. They all spoke about relationship. Each one of them spoke about relationship. I met a friend that we were prayer partners in the uni. And then he just asked me, because you know what? My old friends, when I came back into Babylon, they were not being friendly with me. Because they knew me as a big boy. Now they see me walk on the streets, sweating. So they didn't want to relate with me. I was an outcast. By the way, most of them are my friends again now. Because the Lord has been good to me. So, an old friend, that one that did not judge me, came to me one day and said, what exactly are you doing? So I told him I need an en route into UCH. He laughed. He said the chairman of the board of trustees of his ministry was Professor Timitakpe Alunge, the former chief medical director of UCH. I said, wow, I need to see him. He said, let's go. 2 days I was in front of Alunge because I had a friend. All those friends that did not greet me that time, I did not stop greeting them. When they park their cars, I will go and knock their cars and greet them. Wow. They will be the ones to be uncomfortable. Me, I won't be uncomfortable about myself. Wow. I was in trouble and I was looking for ways to get out of it. I wasn't ashamed of my trouble because I knew the sacrifice I was putting on the table was for my sons. Because I stayed where I was meant to stay and fight to affect the lives of those sons. By the way, my boys are in Canada right now. They're in the university. They are grown ups. They're in the university. My first son to be in his final year or something. I have very little contact with them. Their mom was and is a bit toxic. That's a story for another day. So I kept on like that, and then they put me in front of Professor Lunge. And guess what? I gave them the project they had never thought about. You know, UCH is a government hospital, but it still stands as the best hospital in town. Yeah. But it's a government hospital. So I asked Professor Lunge, what do you think? Offering this same your services, this your same medical services to higher profile clients. He said, yes, we have a unit here. It's what do they call it? A luxury unit. I said, can we go there? We first had to climb 5 stairs to get there. The lift wasn't working. And then it was a ward that could barely take 5 people. So I told him, let me build you an hospital. He said, we're already in an hospital. I said, no. Let me build you an hospital that would have an helicopter landing pad on top of it. I will have an helicopter that can bring patients. We'll have an aircraft on the runway of the international airport that can take any of your clients abroad. We'll call it the private suite. He lost his mind. He couldn't believe it. He said, why are you thinking like this? I said, because that will make more money for UCH. UCH will not need to depend on the federal government again. That is, I was left alone in one room for too long. my brain started working. Guess what? Most of you, your brains are not working. Your brains are not working. That is why you guys are in trouble. If you can find solution to challenges, then he told me, he said there was one time the former Oni of Ife was ill. The people that